Jerry is first. How are you doing, Jerry? Matt's Makerspace. How are you doing, Matt? The eyes are doing good. I've gotten sleep. Oh, it's amazing what sleep does. It's just, I don't know how people can operate like that. I still have the blepharitis, but it's very, very minor. I suspect we're going to discover I had two issues. That I had the blepharitis and I had a bacterial infection. And the bacterial infection was just raking the coals of the blepharitis. And so now that the eye drops have apparently gotten rid of the bacterial infection, what else can they do? It's an antibacterial. I still have the blepharitis, but it's extremely minor. It doesn't keep me from sleeping. And I also think I solved my, or not solved, but mitigated my coughing issue. I've been having a problem with, as soon as I lay down, I start coughing. What does that mean? If you're just going to show me two words, that doesn't help me. The stream is yelling at me for something, but... Oh, current bitrate is lower than recommended. What is my bitrate? Am I losing... I'm not dropping frames. How do I don't want to do 60 frames per second. That's dumb. Settings. 60 frames per second just splits your bandwidth. There's no reason to do that. So it doesn't like me having such a low bit rate. So let me increase the bit rate a little bit. Okay, now we're at 3500. This is good connection, okay. I guess it's happy now. Where is my chat? Oh, I gotta make this window smaller. There we go. 3D. Well, I finally got the new block designed. The first one, which is actually not usable because the filament runout detection didn't work properly because the end of the filament was cockeyed enough like that when it got to the filament detection, it was strong enough to stop it from being able to pull it through. And so the gear just ground through the filament, and so a piece of filament stayed in the filament runout. So I didn't want to waste all that print. I could still use it for testing, so I just paused it, forced the stepper motors down until it was back in line again, and then hit resume. And it works. So it'll be the wrong size. It'll be short by about 1 inch, but I'll still be able to test it for crush and fit and all that stuff. I already see a couple of little changes I have to make. But yeah, it's almost done. It's at 95%, but that last 5% is going to take another hour or two, so it may or may not finish before the stream is over. But I did print the link So I finally gave up on trying to make a block like this. So instead what I'm going to do is the blocks will all be identical. I'm going to make all identical blocks. And then you're going to use keys or links to link the blocks together. So the blocks will have a slot capable of accepting this shape on all four sides and two of the faces. So that one block will be able to function for everything. Including using these keys to, for example, insert pegs so you can put shelving in. The top row will have a whole bunch of these pegs for supporting the roof. So I can use other printers just to print a whole bunch of these while these blocks are printing, because these only take about an hour to print. This was printed with a 0.8 millimeter extrusion, 3 perimeters. So I'm wondering, can I print this with a 0.4 nozzle with 6 perimeters, and will it be just as strong? If it is, I can use all of my printers to print these. I'm also thinking about using the belt printer to print these, because I can just cut a 45-degree bevel into that so that I can mount this like this on the print bed and then just print vase mode. That should work. There's technically no reason that shouldn't work. At that point, I just do it with a 1.2 millimeter nozzle and over extrude to like 1.5 millimeter and see if that's strong enough. Because if I can vase mode print these on the belt printer, because when it comes to the link, it doesn't matter if this end here is beveled or 90 degrees. It doesn't matter. If you need the 90 degrees, then you just flip it over and use this end. But if that will work, if it'll function that way, then I can just set this up on the belt printer and say, print 100. Just let it go. Let it run. So I'm going to try to do that. And plus, I can set up the belt printer. For this, I can set the belt printer up indoors. I don't have to set it up outdoors to do that. To do the stringers for the roof and to do the shingles for the roof, I can only do that in the spring and summer. Because I have to put the belt printer outside with the two 10-foot roller beds to be able to print something like that. So that's going to wait, and plus it'll be 6 months before we're ready for those components anyway. Assuming we get a filament sponsor. I mean, I've got enough to print a small building, but I don't have enough filament to print, a full 10 by 12. Actually, what I might do is do whatever it comes out to. I want to make the building longer, even if that means making it narrower, because I want to create a wind block next to my carport. And so if I'm going to print a building, I might as well have that building serve a function. So I can have that building butt right up against the carport and create a wind block. And because it'll... we'll do that later. So I can't go over 120 square feet because of stupid rules. They lowered the amount we're allowed to build without a permit to 120 square feet instead of 200 square feet. Because I would love to make it 6 by 25. What is that? 6 by 25. That's 150 square feet. So I can't do that. So I could probably do 6 by 20. Yeah. The most I could do is 6 by 20, which is actually enough. The carport's 25 feet, and I want to leave a 5-foot opening to be able to walk around it. So yeah, that'll work. So I can do 6 by 20 without a permit. And because my idea now is to build this building. It's kind of an oxymoron. What I want to do with it isn't necessarily required anymore if I actually build it. The idea is build a filament storage shed. So print this building out to store all my filament. But the problem is I won't have any filament left to put in it if I print the building. I'm not actually, but you know, I'll be using up a sizable chunk of my hoard to print the building. So that'll be interesting. But yeah, this is definitely a go. I think I'll find out for sure once it's done printing, because this is strong as hell. Like that's not breaking. You're just not breaking that. So it's not going to be quite as elegant, although the blocks will look nice. They all have beveled edges, so elephant's foot's no longer a problem. I'm not even bothering printing top and bottom layers. It's just not needed. What is it complaining about? That it won't show me because it's too damn big. Wait a minute, you're telling me 3600 kilobits is too low? How many goddamn kilobits do you want? Alright, let's go 4000. I don't know if I have enough bandwidth for 4000. Okay. What I gotta do is get it off 60 frames per second. There is no reason to use 60 frames per second. You're wasting half your bandwidth. But I don't actually see an option to change the FPS. Yeah, I don't see any way of changing the SPS. Wait a minute. Can I change this? Oh, I bet you I can't change this while I'm streaming. That would actually make sense. Oh, video? Yeah, FPS. I guess I can't change that. Video output is currently active. Please turn off any outputs to change the video settings. Okay. So I'll have to change that next time. Okay. Next time I'll have to change that. Really? You're still complaining about the... Fuck you! 4.2 kilobit per second is not enough? Now you're just being an asshole. That's plenty of bandwidth for a 1080p stream. Dumbass computer. I got some of the stuff in from AliExpress. I got the 1mm nozzles, and they're a little weird. They sent me two different kinds, which I guess that's my fault. There were two listings, and I didn't realize the nozzles were actually different, which might actually be a good thing, because those are normal nozzles, but those look like CR6SE nozzles. And I believe the CR6 line actually has a different thread pitch. Meaning, I don't think those are going to work on all my other printers. However, I can now put a 1mm nozzle on my CR6SEs. I also got I got two of the bimetal heat breaks in to switch to all metal hot end, so I'm hoping to be able to make that change to a few. I got the palm wheels, so I can get the Chiron working correctly again. And I got three of the all metal feeders, you know, the red aluminum feeders, $3 a piece, like $3.40 each. So I got three of those so far. I think I only ordered three, so it should be all I get is the three. But three of those. So the one CR6SE, the feeder's bad. It cracked, so it doesn't grip anymore. So I'm just going to replace it with a stock standard feeder. And The feeder that comes on the CR6 says he's a pain in the ass anyway. It's like seriously a pain in the ass. It's like, what were you thinking when you made that? That's just, it's so difficult to take it apart and put together and maintain and work on it. It's a pain in the ass. And then I got some, oh, there's the other one. The other heat break. Oh, that's the one I just pulled out, I think. Each way, some goodies. And I got some, I'm trying to get some of those CHT knockoff nozzles that have the hardened steel. Because the one out of the 1.2 millimeter one I got right now works really well. I found out my maximum is, what was it, 115%. So that is 25 times 1.15. So my maximum speed is 29 millimeters per second. If I try to go faster than 29 millimeters per second, it can't hold 230 degrees. The temperature starts to dip down a little bit, like 226, 225. It did that any flow greater than that, and it can't hold 230 degrees Celsius. So I have to limit it to that. At least now I know what my maximum speed is. I can, well, theoretically, I could probably get away with 30 millimeters per second, but I'll probably just set it at 28 and leave it there. Hey, 3D Medic. There's something wrong. I wanted a new thermistor heater for it. I think I damaged them because the temperature goes all the temperature jumps all over the place, and sometimes I can't tell if it's the thermistor misreading or if it's the temperature actually dropping. Who the hell is this? Hello? No. Let's see. How do you log in? Can't log in from here? Oh, I have to go there. How do I do it? It's not letting me do it. There it goes. Oh, okay. Okay. There we go. Still got to call the bank later today too, because the I got $300 sitting in my AliExpress account and I can't figure out how to get it out. Apparently, I need an overseas routing number, and it's not accepting the default one for domestic transactions, so I got to figure that out. But hey, here's the blocks. I'm sorry. Let me get it up on the screen here. Put this over here. You gotta scrunch this down a little bit. Oh, wait a minute. I can do that on here, can't I? There we go, live chat. Here we go. There. I have to put the live chat on here so I can close it on here and make this full screen. There we go. F12. Not well. We got apples from the produce thing, but they're slightly bitter apples. So I'm going to try my hand at making applesauce. I've never done that before, so we're going to see what happens if I try to make applesauce. I got the Ibotta free turkey deals, so I got I ended up getting 3 small, 3-pound turkeys, which is good for Michelle and I. And I also got Ibotta is a couponing app. If you go to Nerisse.com, use my code, and we'll both get a bonus from that. But if you sign up, if you're in the U.S., if you're outside the U.S., I don't think this works. It's basically a digital couponing app, but you get coupons cash back. So, for example, we've been snapping up the Pillsbury biscuits, the ones you refrigerate, except they have this this little pack that only has 5 biscuits in it, which is perfect for Michelle and I. They're $1.54, and it's a 75-cent coupon. Hello, that's 79 cents. So every time that coupon renews, we go and we buy some more. Actually, I don't have my second phone. I can't check. See, I can check to see if it renewed today. I can show you. I think I can show you on here. Ooh. What's this one? Hey, I'll get an extra $5 if you sign up using my code. They have a thing today for that. Let me double check, make sure it's actually on there. Why is it having trouble loading my website? It should not be having trouble loading my website. Did I miss a bill or something? Yeah, something's wrong. Okay. That is not what I want you to do. Do what I say. Let's see. Refer friends. Here we go. If you download the Ibotta app and put in my code, which is CPEYSWX. And you put in my code, I'll get an extra $5 for Thanksgiving. So the way this works is it's a couponing app. Let me show you here. You bring up the app on your phone and you pick, like the store we shop at would obviously be Walmart, since that's going to be the closest store to us. And you literally just have coupons. Yep, they did renew. So you can see here. So there's, you just go through this and you pick what coupons you want. You have to pick the coupons first, and then you go shopping and you buy those items, and it verifies it and gives you the cash back. Yeah. It is legit. You get cash back. You can have them PayPal you the money, or you can have them deposit it right into your bank account. Wow, okay, they got some nice coupons this week. Not bad. Okay. I'll take those. I'll take those. I'll take that one. Any brand block cheese, maybe. Go away. It's only a nickel, so it's not worth getting unless. Ibotta. It is IBOTTA. Why isn't my website working? Did I miss a bill or something? Who is it again? Duster. Log in. My website's not working, so I gotta check my account, make sure it's all good. I don't want Mail Central. Looks okay. Yeah, it all looks okay. Wow, Doster's having a problem. I've never seen Doster have a problem. That's just like freaky. One of the reasons I chose them is that their downtime is basically non-existent. Yeah, they're having a problem. Okay. Something is wrong on their end. Does my website load for any of you guys? Does Nerisse.com load? Doing alright, red light. No drop frames. Connection's good. Does my website work for you guys? I can't get it to load. It's being a nudge. It's all Michelle's fault. Everything's Michelle's fault. Jesus, have you guys seen some of the crazy prices lately? I was looking at a coupon for Crush Soda. I was like, yeah, Michelle likes Crush, so I'll look at it. Almost $8 for a 12-can case. I was like, yeah, you can keep your soda. I'm like, that ain't worth $8. Jesus. Chocolate chips. It's only a 10-cent coupon, but I'll add it. But yeah, if you download the Ibotta app, if you're in the US, and then use my code, I thought it was high. It just seemed out of whack. I was like, what? That doesn't make any sense. Excuse me. Do as you're told. Yeah, look at this. This is nuts. Look at this. $7.28 for a 12-pack. For an extra $1.70, you get the 24-pack. Even that's high. $10 for 24 cans? That's a lot of money. That should be $4 or $5. Jesus. Look at this. $6.58 for 12. $12.78 for 24. This is what the name brand stuff should cost for a 24-pack, not for a freaking 12-pack. Jesus. Yeah, $7.28. Yeah, you can keep your damn soda. Don't need it at that price. It's like, damn. Yeah, if you sign up for that using my code, and then you have to claim one coupon. Usually they'll have an any receipt coupon. Thank you, Joe. Yeah, now you have to use it at least once. You gotta claim one offer. It could be an any one. Yeah, Nerys.com is not loading for me either. I don't know why. But the Dodster website is also not loading correctly, so something is wrong on their end. No, we don't have can return here. I wish. Because recycling aluminum is no point around here because the nearest scrapyard is almost 35 miles away. So you're looking at a 70-mile round trip to scrap metal. Not worth it. I've been getting a good deal on bottled water. They have the Dasani water. You can't see that. They have the Dasani water, $1.25 coupon. So it's $6. That means it's $4.75 with the coupon, which is cheaper than the Walmart brand water. So I've got 2 big giant stacks of water. It's just convenient. You grab the bottle. Seriously? You gotta mess with me? You just grab the bottle of water and the little on-the-go juice packs. So this is one of my favorites, strawberry watermelon. And you just dump one of them in it and then you got some juice. It's just nice and convenient. Do they have the Friskies? Yes, the Friskies. Oh, today's the last day for the Friskies. That sucks. That really sucks. They had the Frisky cans. You have to buy 4 cans and you get $1 off. It's 25 cents off each. They're 78 cents a can. So at 25 cents off each, you're getting them for 53 cents a can, which is a penny cheaper than the Walmart brand food. So we've been every day and a half or so when the coupon renews, I've been using all 3 accounts to buy 4 more cans. So today I'll place an order and get 4 more cans. That's too bad it's expiring. That's a nice coupon. I also been getting, they're not exactly, hang on, I'm adding some more of these coupons real quick. But you have to add the coupon here first before you go shopping. Now, if you go to a regular grocery store, you got to take a picture of your receipt. But if you go to Walmart, you just give this program access to your Walmart account, and then it automatically grabs your Walmart receipt when you're done shopping. So about an hour after you come back home from your grocery pickup, it'll pop up in here and you'll have your cash back. But as you can see in here, yeah, it's a tapestry of the what's it called? They have a name for that viewport on the International Space Station. So you see here, I've collected over the entire time I've been in this program. Can you see it? I've collected over $1,600 in cash back. So it's absolutely legit. So Thanksgiving, it used to be just coupons free. Now it's not exactly that easy. Now you have to complete offers to unlock the coupons, which and the problem is there's a bit of RNG involved in that. Sometimes you get a reasonable number of offers you have to complete, and sometimes you get an unreasonable number of offers. And but you can get a free turkey and free sides. The sides aren't that great anymore. They used to be more. Now there's only 4 simple ones. You get a can of cranberry sauce, ocean spray, Idahoan potatoes, the instant potatoes, McCormick gravy, and Jiffy cornbread. But still, it's free. I like free. One of the problems I have is that early on I told everybody around here about this app, and that was a bad idea because not one of the bastards signed up using my code, but they all signed up. How do I know they all signed up? I know they all signed up. I know they all signed up because all the freebie or BOGO offers that are really juicy, Walmart never has them in stock. Even stuff that I normally buy that's usually always in stock, a coupon will pop up and poof, they're out of stock. And that's because everybody's buying them using the coupons. And none of those bastards use my code either. Cheap little bastards. It's like, what would it hurt you to use my code, But because we only have one Walmart, and the next nearest Walmart is, 30 plus miles away, the truly juicy deals are usually gone, and the Walmart just doesn't stock enough of them. There you go. Now I got some strawberry watermelon juice. So sometimes they'll have free after offer options in here. Let me see if I can find one for you. There should be a section for that. Fresh deals, hot deals, Black Friday. 100% cash back. Here we go. So for example, they have this Splenda pour and peel pods. They're $6.28, which means I would never buy them. But they have a 100% coupon. So you buy it and you get $6.28 back. They have not been in stock since that coupon appeared. So whatever they are stocking, all the other people in my area are just snatching them up. But yeah, they have stuff like that. They'll have BOGO, buy one, get one. Things that are normally not worth it, now they are worth it because it's buy one, get one. So, also, sometimes it's worth buying stuff you might not buy, but the bonus makes it worth it. So, for example, last week they had 2 bonuses. They had a $10 extra bonus if you completed 21 offers, and then they had a secondary Thanksgiving $5 bonus if you completed 18 offers. Well, because those 2 got posted together, it's concurrent. If you hit 21 offers, you get both. So I bought, the little pouches of tuna fish. It's $1.16, you get 25 cents off. The Martha White cornbread, it's $1.12, you get 20 cents off. The Jet Puff marshmallows, it's $1.32, and you get 25 cents off. Can of tuna, 40 cents off. Jello, 15 cents off. You know, so I stock up on the stuff that I don't normally buy, but it's stuff that we do like to have. Like I've started buying Rotel because they have a mild version now. And so Michelle loves Stovetop. So it's only a 10-cent coupon, but it counts as one offer. And so by the time I collected all the offers and got the bonuses, I got like 70% off on my order. I was like, so yeah, sure, I've wasted a little money buying stuff I might not have bought otherwise, but at 70% off, I'm okay with that. I get to stock up my pantry items at, at 3 cents on the dime. I can handle that. And, especially shelf-stable stuff. That's, it's not going to go bad. The Rotel's not going to go bad. Flour's not going to go bad. The Jello, the tuna, marshmallows, the cornbread mix, none of that's going to go bad. It'll just sit on the shelf until we need it. And even though it's cheaper to buy the larger boxes of cornbread, there's a lot of waste involved because there's only 2 of us. So these little pouches of cornbread mix are absolutely perfect for us because it's just enough for the 2 of us. It's actually even a little extra, a little more than the 2 of us can eat, but I have it for breakfast the next morning or something like that. So I'm so used to buying in giant bulk because we had 7 people in our household. So, when you cook dinner, you cooked a big dinner. Why do you have 2 microwaves and 2 rotisseries? Because we needed that many to cook for 8 people. We would plug in 2 rotisseries and have 2 chickens going on the rotisserie. And we might need, we might have something defrosting for 18 minutes in the microwave. And we'll have the second microwave to heat up water or do whatever else we're heating up. So, when you're cooking for that many people, you need that. But now that it's just Michelle and I, we need very little cooking capacity. So I don't need anywhere near that kind of raw, push through for cooking. But yeah, just use it for the coupons you want, and it's free money. If you're not going to buy that item anyway, then don't. Just don't buy it. But if it's something you happen to want or you're going to buy anyway, it's free money. Now, you can also stack. So you have another app, it's not as lucrative, called Fetch. You can't really see that on there. Fetch is another one of those apps. Let's see. Refer a friend. So my code for Fetch is U2G6M. So this is Fetch. And this one is Ibotta. There we go. Let's go ahead and copy it all. So there's Fetch and Ibotta. That's another one you'll get a little bit of bonus for using your referral code. Now this one's more of a this one's a little bit slower to collect you money. This one you sometimes have big ones. So for example, let's see, where is this here? Yeah, so most of your receipts are going to get you 25 points. That's what you're going to get. You're going to get 25 points. And after you have like 2,500 points, you can claim a gift card. I wait until I believe it's 5,000 points so that I can get a $10 Amazon gift card. So you just scan your receipts, whatever receipt you have, just take a picture of it, and you get 25 points, 25 points, 25 points. It just keeps adding up. Now, if you complete an offer, for example, you see this one here for Walmart got me 1,100 points. And I believe that was, Barilla Pasta. And you can stack. So I got the $1.50 coupon from Ibotta, and I got the $1 coupon from Fetch. So that's $2.50 off on $3.54 in pasta. So I got the 2 boxes of pasta for $1. And it's good pasta, the Barilla, it's the nice stuff. So hell yeah. And it looks like I'm also working towards a coupon for Pillsbury. Here, this one I got 43 points, 75 points. Most receipts are going to give you 25 points, but grocery receipts, those are going to tend to give you more. Again, it's all you do is you come in here, you connect it to your Amazon account, your email account, and your Walmart account, and I just tap this and I hit the blue icon here, and this will now go on and you see there it's checking my accounts. Okay, so I just did this yesterday, so obviously there's nothing new. But there you go, it said 000 because I just did it yesterday. But it'll check my online accounts. It's not automatic, you have to do it. So every like 3 or 4 days you log into here and hit the button. And then you go to the orange button on the other side. Right there, the orange one, and that brings up your camera. So there's your camera app. And you just take a picture of the receipt and you get 25 points. And eventually that becomes $5, $10 Amazon gift cards. Another one is Coin Out. Coin Out is another one that gives you cash back. Again, relatively slow. It takes time. Like I have 4,100 points. How many do I need for my next Amazon gift card? I need 5,000 points. So another 760 points, and I'll have another $5 Amazon gift card. If I wait until 9,500 points, and I can also do Zelle, so I can get actual cash in my account, which is really nice. I might wait until 9,500 points because it's a 500 point discount, and you get $10 from Amazon. Yeah, and Zelle is nice. And then another good one is Receipt Pal. So that's this one here, Receipt Pal. It's slow as balls a lot of the times, but you connect it to your online accounts, and then usually it wants you to scan 12 receipts a week, and you get points. And when you hit 10,000 points, you get $5. I got 2 left for this week, as you can see. I got 2 more slots I have to fill, and then I'll max out my points for this week. You're not going to get rich on these things. This is a Ulefone Armor 21. So it's one of those Chinese phones, those rugged phones. Yes, okay, that's not a couponing app. That's a gig work app. So that's called Gig Jobs. The one that I use is Field Agent. So this is Field Agent, and has different jobs that you can complete. Do they still have the pizza one? Yes, they do have a pizza job. Looks like it doesn't activate until 4 p.m. I'm hoping the pizza one will still be available when I have to take Michelle into Albuquerque, because I'm not going to drive into Albuquerque just for that. The gas would cost more than what I would get. But if you live in a city or near a city, that's much more usable. It looks like there was another app that I used, Easy Shift, but it looks like they're dead. I haven't seen anything appear anywhere in quite a while. But yeah, Field Agent's decent if you live in an area that has a lot of jobs. There's also 2 other ones that work well. They're a little slow. Usually it takes me 2 months to get $5. But you have Receipt Hog and Receipt Jar. And these are all, you take pictures of receipts, you get money. You're going to usually get between 2 cents and 5 cents per receipt. Also, make sure you have Google Rewards installed. You guys will sometimes see me give myself a super chat on a stream, and that's because Google Rewards gives you cash, but it's only cash in the Google Play Store. I stopped getting receipt requests on Google Rewards. I don't know why. I got Michelle set up for it, and it seems like it's giving her all the receipts instead of me. Like, I will go to Walmart, and I will pick up an order from Walmart, and her phone will say, hey, do you got a receipt from Walmart? I'm the one who went to Walmart. Every now and then I'll get one, but usually not too many. Make sure you have it set up. One important thing is to did you go here? Here's. Oh, I usually don't get that much. Usually it's 10 to 40 cents. Every now and then you'll get more, but not usually. At least in my experience. When they had receipt tasks, it used to pay out nicely, 60, 70 cents, and now they give 13 cents. You get more of them, but you only get 13 cents. Unless you're giving me 6 times as much, that's a downgrade. But anyway, that is only good for the Play Store. However, if you have a monetized YouTube channel that can accept super chats, you can super chat yourself with your own money. Now you lose 30% of it because Google takes 30% of all YouTube payments. So that's why I say use PayPal instead of super chat. Because if you give me $10 in chat, I get $7. If you give me $10 in PayPal, I get $9.50. So yeah, don't use super chat. Unless that's where you have the money, Well, one of the problems is it keeps asking me for a particular receipt, and I have to keep telling it I didn't go there. And I think maybe if I do that too often, they stop asking me for receipts, but what else can I do? I don't want to lie. The problem is we have a Smith's right here, a Smith's grocery store, and in the parking lot of the Smith's is a McDonald's. We go to the McDonald's a lot, several times a week. They have the coupons in the app at McDonald's, so I can get an iced coffee at McDonald's for 99 cents. I can't make an iced coffee at home for 99 cents. It's about $1.40 to make an iced coffee at home. So it's actually cheaper for me to go to McDonald's using the coupon. But every time I go to McDonald's, it asks me, did you go to Smith's? No, I didn't. But I don't have an option of telling it I went to McDonald's, not Smith's. But every time we go to Sonic, she gets one. I don't. It's like, what the hell? I stopped getting Sonic receipts. Sometimes I think there's an algorithm that only gives a certain amount to certain people, or I have no idea how that works. But I used to be able to pull $10 every 2 months out of Google Rewards. Now I'm nowhere near that. I'm only at $2.89. Normally I'd be over $5 by now. But what are you gonna do? That's getting there. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I could do that. But the one good thing is they separated the receipt tasks. Because I used to have to, it would ask me like a week and a half later, oh, do you have a receipt for this trip? And it's like, yeah, I got to find it. And of course, it's too late if you're not already in, but Amazon Shopper Panel gives you $10 a month. Matter of fact, I just spent my $10 or $13, I think I got. I just spent my $13 on Amazon for to buy some heater cartridges and thermistors for the Chiron. Hey, SpaceX is supposed to launch the next Starship on Friday. I think they finally got regulatory approval. So we should see another Starship blow up on Friday. Well, define cash back. If you do a lot of grocery shopping, Ibotta. You're definitely gonna. I've made $1,600 in 3 years. The rest of them are about the same. Fetch is a nice complement to Ibotta because you can double dip. So if a coupon, like for example, right now, like I said, the Pillsbury They have Pillsbury in Fetch. You got Pillsbury there. And then there's also a Pillsbury coupon on, you have 50,000, cash it out. Why don't you cash it out? And, so Ibotta and Fetch are a good pairing. Now, the other ones are also good to, if you're going to be scanning receipts, you might as well just use them all and take the money. Some of them are a little tricky. So, for example, CoinOut, Receipt Pal, and Amazon Shopper Panel do not like $0 receipts. So I separate those receipts. Those apps will reject them if they're $0. So, for example, when we go to Walgreens and pick up a prescription that the insurance pays for, we get a receipt, but it's $0. Or if I use my points to get a free something at McDonald's, it's a $0 transaction. And so, CoinOut, Receipt Pal, and Amazon Shopper Panel don't accept $0 receipts, but the rest of them do. You're only going to get, 2 to 5 cents per receipt, roughly, comes out to. It's about a nickel per receipt you're going to get. 3 to 5 cents. But if you scan the receipt in, let's assume you get even just a nickel per receipt. Or no, that's probably too much. Let's say 2.5 cents per receipt. You have scan it in Fetch. There's your 2.5 cents. Scan it in Receipt Pal. Now you have a nickel. Scan it in Receipt Hog and Receipt Jar. There's another nickel. All right, and then you is there any more? No, that's it. I think 4. So you scan it in those 4 apps, and you're basically getting, roughly a dime per receipt. And then, of course, you have your Amazon Shopper Panel if you have that available. So you can get points, which means cash, for these receipts from 5 different apps using the same receipt. Almost every single app has a 7-day limit, so you have to do this once a week. You just pick a day, and you sit down, and you just all through all your apps, take pictures. Amazon Shopper Panel doesn't care. I scan receipts 4 months old. I have a bag with all my receipts. After I've scanned it through all the other apps, I just fill this bag, and I just keep filling it. And then in the first of every month, I pull out, 25 receipts and scan, 12 of them into mine and 12 of them into Michelle's. And it doesn't seem to care how old they are. This way I get maximum money from all of my receipts. I usually get, $5 every 2 months from each of them. So that's like, an extra $10 a month just scanning receipts. And that doesn't include Ibotta and Amazon Shopper Panel. So Amazon Shopper Panel is another $10. So now I'm getting, $22 a month just taking pictures of receipts. Yeah. It's not $22 every month. I'll get my Amazon this month and nothing from the 4 receipt apps. But then when I finally get up enough in the receipt apps, it'd be, 5, 5, 5, 5. That's $20. So that's like $10 a month if you amortize it over time. And so I'm averaging over year after year, I'm averaging about $10 a month from the 4 receipt apps. And then I'm also getting $12 a month from the Amazon Shopper Panel. That's $22 a month. And then whatever I collect from Ibotta, and that varies. It could be 0 one month and $100 the next month. And then that's a couponing app, so that's a little bit different. But yeah, so I'm not counting Ibotta. I'm averaging $22 a month from all these apps. I mean, that's free money. And all I got to do is, I'm in the car, and we're done our shopping, and I'm sitting here, I'm sipping my iced coffee, and I pull the receipts out of the visor, and they go snick, 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 snick. It takes a bit longer than that. It takes me about 10 minutes to get through all 4 apps, especially because some of the apps are a bit slow. But you know, for 10 minutes worth of my time, $22 a month. Yeah, I'll do it. It's free money. I like free money. So, but I'm liking the design for the new block. By limiting it to 300 by 300 by 125, I've gotten the block down to 984 grams. And it looks like it'll be strong enough. So that's 1 kilogram per square foot. What the hell is it doing? Is it done? Oh, it's done. Hang on, let me go get the block. I think the block is done. I think the block is done. And the block is done. We got a block. There you go. There is one block. I had to change rolls halfway through, but you can see there's a slot going all the way around. I didn't bother with top and bottom layers, doesn't need it. But you can see it goes all the way around. And the way that theoretically should work, that this should be able to insert like that, and that's how you connect the blocks together. That's too tight. I'm going to have to adjust that. 1 block per roll. It takes a kilogram per block. That's a little too tight, so I'm going to have to, I'll probably shrink this down a tiny bit, and it can go in either way. So we can go this way, so we can go in both directions. These don't need to be the full width. So I make these 100 millimeters tall. That's plenty. But yeah, I'll have to shrink this down a tiny bit just to make it less. See, that goes in pretty nicely right there. Yeah, see, you just put one in there in the middle like that. There you go. And then when you install the next block on top of it, that slides over that, and then you put another one in this way to lock them in place. So now I just print a bunch of these. I didn't just smash that, did I? No, okay. Just some gooeys. But yeah. So now I know that if I know the linear feet to printer, so I'm doing a 6 by 20, so that's 52. So I need 52 kilograms per 1 foot, which means to do 6 foot tall, I would need 6 layers. So that's 300 kilograms of plastic to print just the walls. Now it's a little less than that because you got the door, which is going to be a separate piece. But yeah, now I can do that for 1 kilogram per block. The objective was to get 1 kilogram per block so that if I can't get 5 kilogram or 10 kilogram spools, I can just load up 1 kilogram rolls and know I can print 1 block per roll. On the IDEX printers, 2 rolls, 2 blocks. So that'll be the next thing I do, is I'm going to pull that IDEX printer out now that I have the 0.8 millimeter nozzles, and this is more than strong enough. I'm actually debating on going down to 0.6 millimeters. I think 0.6 millimeters would be strong enough, but there's one big problem. First of all, going down to 0.6 is going to increase the print time, because I'm going to have to lower the layer height to 0.4 millimeters instead of 0.6 millimeters. But the other problem is, one of the reasons I'm making it so thick is so that I can use PLA in an outdoor application. If I print at 0.6, my wall thickness is only going to be 1.2 millimeters thick. that might warp. I think the only way I'm going to be able to test this, and the problem is I can't test it until next spring, because I need the thermal radiation from the sun to hit it. And in the wintertime, I think it's going to be too cool. But what I need to do is I need to do it with a 0.6, a 0.8, and a 1, and then set the blocks outside. Maybe I can get away with it if I print a dark color, like if I print brown. Black is too dark, that's going to get too hot. But maybe if I print 3 of them in brown. Like this one here would be a good test, because this one here is nice dark colors. You got the autumn orange, and you have the multicolor from Eryone. I don't want to make them any narrower. I like the 125. That's right. But do you do Ohm Connect? What's Ohm Connect? Is that something that has to be through your power company? If so, I don't have that. Let's see. Ohm Connect. So how does Ohm Connect work? Excuse me. There it is. Well, I always have a print going, so that's an issue. But I'm already on the very, very low end of power usage here. So here, hang on, let me show you. CN Smart Hub. There it is. So usage. How do I see this? Like, how does this work? There used to be a section where it would show me average usage. It looks like I'm averaging about 30 kilowatt hours per day. Let's see. There we go. There was, I thought I saw, oh, that might be the water company. I'll have to see about. I know there's a way to see that. I don't know how to do it, but I know there's a way to see that. Well, see, that's no good if it's based on your average. Well, the problem is smart devices take power. So I don't use too many smart devices because they take a lot of power. Well, individually, this thing does not take much power. But put 30 or 40 of them in your house, and suddenly that's a tangible dollar value on your bill. So let's assume this takes 3 watts. I think that's undercutting it, but let's say 3 watts. So 3 times 24 times 30 is 2.1 kilowatt hours. So divide by 1,000 times 0.147, and this costs 31 cents a month to run this. So your first thought is, who gives a shit? It's 32 cents. It's 32 cents. Who cares? Well, you'll care. Put 40 of them in your house. Now it's $12.70 a month. Which is $152 a year. Or more than one of my typical monthly electric bills. My last electric bill is $129. My current electric bill is $144. So, you put 30 or 40 of these in your house, and you are adding one full month to your electric bill. It's for me. Now, obviously, if you have a $500 or $600 electric bill, the cost to run those is negligible to the extreme. But but if I actually installed all of these that I have, you're talking more than 1 month's electricity to run these per year. That's a lot of money. So I only use them where I need them. Otherwise, I prefer things like this other style here. These things take almost no power. It's like a quarter watt to run one of these. It's just a 433 megahertz RF switch. And so there's nothing running in the background. Oh, these are power monitors. So this is nice. You can get these actually on the AliExpress app. One of these, is available for $1.99 with power monitoring. The rest of them don't have power monitoring. They're just smart switches on off. But one of them has power monitoring. And this one here is really special. These were $4 a piece. But these were special because these are smart switches, meaning they can connect to my Smart Life app. They're 433 megahertz switches, which means I can plug in one of the buttons to turn them on and off. And then these also have power monitoring. So this little widget will actually tell me how many watts I'm consuming over that circuit. So you have a junction box on the bottom. You have your input and your output, and then you connect this to your app. And so I can not only, you can do it from here. You could do it with a 433 megahertz switch. You could do it with your smartphone, and it'll also give you power monitoring and data logging. So those are really nice. I can't link to them, but if you go to AliExpress.com, you can now do it from your PC, although the interface is a little fucky. But if you go to AliExpress, it's better on the app. If you go to AliExpress app, you're going to see a section in the app when you first open up. Actually, it'll probably alert you when you first go in. Shopping, AliExpress. See, it pops up this thing, $1.99 section, and then you'll see this part here says choice, $1.99. Okay, you just tap on there, and it mixes in non-$1.99 stuff too, and you can actually look at different categories if you want. So they have a bunch of the smart switches, but most of them do not have 433 and do not have monitoring. They're just smart switches. So they're like these plugs. Where are they at? Oh, it's over here. It's like these smart plugs, but they're made to be hardwired. So they have a junction box. So for example, I actually plan to install one of these on the power going to my ceiling fan. And the only reason I'm doing that is because the ceiling fan has its own control module. It has its own little module up there that allows me to control the lights and the fan separately. But I want to see how much power it consumes. So I will plug one of these little bad boys. Actually, I'll use one of the ones that doesn't have the 433 megahertz because I don't need it. But I'll use one of these bad boys to allow me to see how much power, like what does low speed consume, what does medium, high, what's the different speeds consume on the fan. So that'll let me determine that. And I only need to put it on one fan, because if I know how much one fan consumes, I know how much the other fans consume because they're the same fans. Let's see here. I can probably do some of it on here. Hang on. Let me bring up the chat on here so I can see what you guys are saying. Let's see. Live chat. There we go. Okay, now I have you guys on here. Now let's see if we can bring this up on here and try to find some of these for you guys. Let's go to this. So there it is. So you see this part here, it says 1 from $1.99. So you click that. Go away. You see shop now, $1.99. Well, that's new. But 1 from $1.99. Now the rules are, in the US at least, you have to buy a minimum of 3 items, a maximum of 10 items. You get free shipping, and it gets delivered in 11 or 12 days. Now the let's see if I can. Yeah, I can make this smaller. There we go. Now we can see more. View full screen. There we go. That's a little better. Can I make it a little bigger? No. Oh yeah, it does have the proper limit. Okay. These are actually really nice. I got a couple of these cards. I got the black ones with the gold print. My sister's gonna love those. These hats are actually pretty nice. I got one of these hats. I just love the fact that it says the Munchies and it's got a little bite taken out of it. That's just adorable. I love that. It's actually not a bad hat. It's printed, not embroidered, but some of these are actually embroidered, so they're really nice considering. I'm ordering these. I ordered this one, and now I'm going to order this one, and then I'll order this one. I love fairies, so I'll put them out in my front yard. I got a set of these dice for my sister. She's going to love that. It's skull dice. That's just the kind of thing that she's going to love. I got the Totoro box. It's here somewhere. What did I do with it? Cat's probably knocked it over. My one cat has an obsession with knocking over the little music boxes when I have them on top of here. He's obsessed with them. I ordered one of these. I want to see if it's actually 3D printed or not. So that's going to be interesting to see if it's actually 3D printed. Then you have, if you click on the link in my description, I have an AliExpress link. If you click on that link, it'll be interesting to see if I get credit for purchases made under this. So my website's not working right now. Let's check that. Let's see if it's come back online yet. Nope, it's still down. Interesting. Here's the heat break. But I ordered the sword. I want to see if it's actually 3D printed or if it's injection molded. They have some fans, but they're bushing fans. Probably not worth it. I'm definitely getting one of these. It's a little beanie cap with a picture of an alien pissing on the earth. Hey, yeah, I need that in my life. So yeah, that's good. I'm gonna get that. The Pac-Man hat is fantastic. It's actually embroidered. So this is all embroidered, not printed. It's actually a really nice quality hat for $1.99. So I grabbed that. I ordered the Mario hat. I want to get Michelle the Wario hat. She likes Wario. Like here's one. Here's one of the $1.99 smart switches. This one does not do monitoring. So this is one that's just a switch, and it connects to Toyo or Smart Life. Since all of the stuff I have is Smart Life or Toyo, that's the ones I prefer. But that one does not have monitoring, and you just have to look. You just have to scroll through it and look. This is a great deal. $2 for 30 self-contained LED modules with batteries. These are great for sticking on parachutes and in rockets for night flying. Kids love this stuff. But for what's that costing you? What, 8 cents a piece or something like that? It's ridiculous how cheap that is. You get 30 of them for $2. If you need socks and if your feet are on the smaller side, like if your feet are size 10 or smaller, you can get an absolutely ridiculous number of socks for next to nothing. We're talking, this is 5 pairs, but there's plenty in here where you get 10 pairs for $2. These are a little nicer though. These are not ankle socks. These are tube socks, so they're actually nicer. Let's see what else we got here. I want to get this, but I haven't got it yet. A little Thor bottle opener. I got the Infinity Gauntlet one. That's kind of cute. I want this, but I want the orange one. That one's not available. So if you look at it, there's usually limited options. So I can get that one or I can get that one, but I can't get this one, and that's the one I want because I like orange. Can you go half and half to get sturdy like? I don't know what you mean by that. These gloves are actually shockingly nice. If you want a nice pair of, medium grade winter gloves that aren't too thick, they even fit my gigantic hands. Yeah, my gigantic hands, these fit. Because I get the extra large, of course. They're actually really surprisingly nice. These little chest bags are really nice. If you're a photographer, you'll love this kind of stuff. These little chest bags are really handy. It's a single sling, goes over your chest, put your batteries and memory cards. That's okay. Well, just explain to me what you're talking about. I don't mind jumping around. I'm trying to find that smart switch. And I just print my own enclosures for them. So, I figure out how much space I need and I 3D print an enclosure to put the switch in with the wires and whatnot. Oh, here we go. What's this one? Two-way control, no monitoring. You'll see a little lightning bolt with power monitoring next to it. So there's another one. So here we go. 10 pair of socks, $2. 10 pair of socks, $2. Here's a bunch of not this one, but they also have the T-nuts for the rails on the printer. They have those available. These little flashlights are just baller. They're amazing. These little flashlights, they're so bright and so handy. These are usually garbage. They work. I mean, they're worth the $2 you pay for them, but they're usually plastic. They're not usually metal. I got this cake mold and it actually worked pretty well. I used it to make a cake and it was not bad. I'm kind of intrigued by these shot glasses, but I don't drink, so it's kind of pointless, but I kind of like them. These headphones are shockingly good. You can get them in smoke, blue, or purple, the different listings, but they sound fantastic. These are actually genuinely good headphones for $2 freaking. They are very, very good. Here you go. 20 piece, so I think it's 10 pairs JST plugs for $2. These are great when you want to replace a fan or something on your printer and you want to make it swappable for the future, so you don't have to keep cutting the wire and resoldering. You can put plugs on the end of it. These little micro JST connectors are wonderful for that. Another sling bag, more gloves. Here's the smoke colored headphones. The bulb is no good. I was hoping it would just be dim. See how it says 9 and 18 watts? I was hoping it would be 9 watts on 110 volt, 18 watts on 220 volt. It doesn't work at all on 220. These little light bulbs here are fantastic. I have several of them here somewhere. I don't know where they're at. Probably on the floor. The cat loves knocking shit off this table. I gotta get a water gun ready one night and just sit here and just... These thumb drives usually work. They're usually legit, but they're also usually very, very slow. I got this just because I was interested in it. It's a USB wireless doorbell. I just wanted to see what its deal was. Here's the heat brake again, $1.99. But yeah, you just add stuff to your order. Now you can also change categories. Let's see here. Here we go. So here's different categories. They're not the same as on the other thing. On the phone, you can actually pick by price. I haven't seen the one that does the monitoring yet. It might not be available anymore. Those are more expensive, so there's sometimes limited run. Can I pick different categories in here? They have these different sections. I want to get one of these eventually. I don't have the money for it right now. But they usually, like on the phone, I can sort by price. And here it's not letting me do it. So you're probably better off using the phone. You just get, it's a little smoother. You get a little more control. But like on the phone, I can say, okay, show me all the $2.99 stuff. Show me all the $3.99 stuff. You could do things like that. USB smart switches. This is available in the $1.99 section. I have one of these right here somewhere. Where's it at? I don't see it. But I have one of these here somewhere. It's a Toyo Smart Life switch, but for USB. There it is. There we go. So here's the little... So here's the little Toyo USB one. So you just plug it into your USB power, and then you plug your device into there, and now your device just became Toyo Smart Life compatible. So that would be neat for like USB ceiling fans and stuff like that, to allow you to be able to turn them on and off from your phone. No monitoring though. So it's not going to tell you power usage or anything like that. Something is under my fingernail and it's annoying me. So now I'm pretty sure this would be strong enough with a 0.6 millimeter nozzle. Because remember, the smaller the extrusion, the less filament it takes to print each block. The problem is the thicker extrusion also makes it more temperature tolerant. It increases the thermal mass. My problem is if, well, there's several advantages. If I go down to 0.6, I can increase the infill. And increasing the infill is going to increase the structural integrity of the model. So, and you know, I could still consume a whole kilogram of plastic. I'll just be doing that by using more infill, which won't make the block stronger. This is already, like, I can't bend this in any way, shape, or form. This is ridiculously strong. But it'll increase my temperature tolerance. The more infill I have, the more temperature this can handle. So that's going to require some experimentation. A couple of changes I need to make. The layer height is a little too high for this curve here. So you can see it goofs up a little bit inside there. And that's because the layer height's too high. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chisel out these in the slicer, in the CAD program, to make these more angled. It's getting too flat. It's coming too flat, which is not going to affect these because they're vertical, but it does affect these horizontal ones. So how can we fix that? So the way I might be able to fix that is by, see how this gets really flat right here? That flatness is not good when you have a really thick layer height, because you end up with individual strands instead of touching layers. So one way I could fix that is by doing something like this. Okay. So if we take something like this and we stretch it out like that, and we take, excuse me, we make you a little bit taller. I want to build an entire building, but I want to be able to do it with universal blocks, so that you just print the same block over and over again, and then you print your links to link them together, and then they just insert together like that. And then you'll be able to link multiple blocks together. So to correct the printing issue, first we can center these. There we go. And we rotate this, just flip it. There we go. See what I can do is I can take out a chunk like that. Structurally, that won't matter, but from the perspective of printing, it's going to have a pretty big impact. So just like that, and then I duplicate it, flip it, and then I bring it up here. I chop this one too. You see I already tried to chop a little bit, and that did help, I think. Yeah, it did help. It helped a lot, actually. Let me double check that. Yeah, the top looks good. Yeah. So that bevel I put in the top was perfect. So just the bottom needs it, since the top already has it. So just that little bit of bevel right there. And do another one down here. For this one, that one already has it, so that means this bottom one should print okay, and it did. It actually did print okay. Yeah, that bottom looks great. So I need this one on the top. Okay, that will take care of that. Nice. So that means that will now print a lot cleaner, because I noticed the both the top and the bottom look a whole lot better. while the part where I didn't do that looks like crap. So that will fix that. Basically, yeah, you'll be able to, well, maybe one day I could print a house. Theoretically, I could. I wouldn't want to do that out of PLA, because PLA is very flammable. I would want to use PETG for not only its temperature tolerance, but for its most PETGs will self-extinguish. They'll burn while they're in fire, but if you remove the flame, most PETGs go out. So they're a lot safer in that regard. You can, of course, also put sheetrock on one face so you're not looking at a plastic wall. Okay, so yeah, I beveled all the edges. That really helped with printability. It stayed flat. I have very, very little bowing. You can see a tiny bit of bowing in this. Just a tiny, tiny bit. It was actually fully stuck down. I think it actually warped the bed a tiny bit. But just a hair. But that came out nice. Oh, they're 295 by 295. I needed that extra 5 millimeters. So I had to shrink them just a tiny bit. Which reminds me, that's why this fits tight. I shrank this to 98.33%, but I did not shrink this to 98.33%. That's my fault. I can reprint this to make sure of that. Because, yeah, that's a nice fit. So that's just, I got to reprint this at 98.33%. I am satisfied with that. Yeah. I think it's going to work. Okay, I'm going to go out in the container, grab some more filament. Okay, this is just a building block. Export. Let's delete the old one. First of all, what are we looking at here? Let's go back to me. There we go. Let's delete the old building block and export the new, slightly modified building block. Here we go. I'm just calling them build blocks. Nice and simple. Just call it build block. And the nice thing is they don't take that long to print. It's about 12 to 14 hours to print one block, which is really not bad. But yeah, I'm very, very pleased with this. I like how it came out. Now, it would be interesting to print these in this dual color filament like this, just so that the inside of the shed will be a different color than the outside of the shed. That'd be kind of cool. But no, we got to stick with light colors. We need to use basically white, sky blue, lemon, ultra light khaki. You really need to use light colors if you're going to use PLA, because otherwise you're going to run into problems. You will definitely run into issues with temperatures. Yeah. I'm going to keep that printer shut down for now because I got to do some work on it. I got to replace the nozzle with a 0.8 millimeter. And I also have to replace the palm wheel on the back of the carriage. It's all destroyed. What about staggered? No. This is two separate projects. The shed project is okay. The first one you saw was this, the Vase mode print ultra lightweight parts, that are going to be really lightweight and they'll all snap fit together like this. That one's still ongoing. I'm just out of PETG. That one, because it's single wall, 0.4 millimeter Vase mode, ultra lightweight, I cannot print that with PLA. That can only be printed with, here, I got it right here. that is this one. That's this one here. So this is how much of that I've gotten printed so far. And it'll all be, you see, I got these half-length pieces so that they stagger, so the joints overlap, which will increase rigidity. But yeah, this is all vase mode printed, PETG. So the parts print relatively fast. It's also lightweight. It's cost effective. You can print that for less than what you could pay to buy a shed that size. For the bigger building, though, for the 100 square foot, 120 square foot, for the large building, it's this is designed to be an actual building. So this is the 3D printed version of this. So this is a full-size cinder block. This is what a cinder block, this is how big a cinder block is. Except this requires cement and other stuff to assemble. And this is 1.9 kilograms of plastic. And that gives you 140 square inches, I think? 162 square inches. While this is 144 square inches, because it's 12 by 12. And only weighs 1 kilogram, so almost half as much. It's also narrower. So it's only 125 millimeters, which is 5 inches instead of 8. And also, this is designed to require no fasteners, no adhesive. You simply use these things. You'll simply use these things to put this together. So these things are going here, they can go in there, they can go in there, they can go in here, they can go in here. I'm also going to redesign this so that one of these slots will actually be here on the face. So I think I'm going to make that 2 separate pieces, although I really should make it 1. So that will be on this face here, so you can actually have one of these sticking out here, which will allow you to attach, like, for example, supports for shelves. Yes. The whole idea is for this whole thing to be modular. No cement, no epoxy, no glue, no screws, no nothing. Well, at least the walls. At least the walls. I intend for them to be completely modular. Or, if I need a fastener, I 3D print the fastener. Like this. Okay? The idea is for the whole thing to be 3D printed and for it to be modular enough that you can take it apart if you need to. And maintain it, work with it, whatever. I also have an idea to make these even smaller. So, for example, you could print, like I might not need as many holes if I were to make these so that I could print just this part here, just this round part, and just have a peg that would stick in here like this without all this. So it'd just be this peg, and that peg would connect to the other blocks. I could do that too. It might be an easier print. And a simpler construction. And it would solve both my problems at the same time. That might actually be better. That might actually be better. Especially if I have the blocks offset. So instead of having this big link that would connect one block to another, the blocks themselves would be the connection. So all I would need is these holes. And I wouldn't need the holes on the side, because you'd have a peg here and a peg here in the other block. But that also means those holes can't go there. So those holes would have to be approximately here, so that these blocks could overlap. Ooh. That would reduce the print time, and that would reduce the plastic usage. and that would reduce the complexity. Oh, interesting, interesting, interesting. Now, the only other thing is, by using these to join this way, to join the walls vertically, there's a huge advantage to doing that. Okay, so how do I show this? Let's copy. Let's go to a new design. No, because it has to be 3D printed. The idea is to require no external fasteners. If you have a printer and plastic, you can make it. That's the whole idea. The whole point is to eliminate the need for plastic or external cements, glues, and fasteners. Let's see here. I need my second hand. Ow! So let's make a little tiny version. And I will show you what I'm talking about. So Control D. Control D. So, let's say you build a wall like this. Let's do this. Let's change the colors so that these are a little easier for us to see what we're looking at here. So the first thing we're going to do is that this one and this one are going to be offset like this. So that's going to be the construction for our wall. You guys cannot see what I'm looking at, can you? No, you cannot. Okay. So here is a micro-sized representation of how these blocks would go together. Now, I actually just now realized I can't make this like that. The offset, the reason that works for cinder blocks is because they're 8 wide and 16 long, meaning it's a 2-to-1 ratio. I don't have a 2-to-1 ratio. I have a 2.5-to-1 ratio. Because ideally, you want your offset to be the width of a block. Let me show you what I mean by that. Control D. And I should be able to rotate it 180. See? You want your blocks to overlap like this, which means I can't do it 50-50. The blocks have to be offset by the width of the block. Why didn't that work? Oh, I have to hold down Shift. Okay, so that needs to be your offset. So that would be how you would make it, like that. On the one hand, that eliminates the horizontal channels. So I would need to make sure that the holes in the blocks line up. This is one of the reasons why cinder blocks are 2 to 1. So let me show you what I mean. That's the reason a cinder block is 2 to 1. So it is 16 this way, 8 this way, and 8 this way. The advantage of having a 2 to 1 ratio is that the blocks perfectly overlap on corners. You know, each block will overlap the other block 50%. The problem is, for me to do that with this would require me to make these walls 6 inches thick. It's actually not that bad. It wouldn't take that much more plastic. And the simplification of the holes would get rid of the problem. See, the problem is when you don't have them 50-50, this hole doesn't line up with this hole. See? The center of this block doesn't line up with the hole here. Although I probably only have to move it in 1/2 of my width. If the hole is at 1/2 my width, that should do the same thing. In fact, I think that's exactly what it would do. There might be a way to mechanically make that work. But the question is, no, see, these holes won't line up. So to really make this work, I need to make the wall 6 inches thick. So I need to make them 150 millimeters thick. That's not that much, though. How much would that add? That's not working. Recent projects. Discard. Just discard. Just go away. Okay, so it is 295 by 295. We're going to do 296 divided by 2, 148. So 296. Okay. And then unlock them, make it 148. Okay, that gives me my 2 by 1. That gets me the 2 to 1 ratio. Now, how much plastic does that take? It adds 10%. That's a problem. I need this to be below. I need it to be 1 kilogram or less, so I don't have to do mid-roll swaps. 1 roll, 1 block. There should be a way for me to, like, for example, just getting rid of these here is going to reduce that. Let's try it. Okay. All right. The other advantage that I was thinking about, maybe I'm just thinking too much into this. So, the reason I like having the little slides, these things here, to put the blocks together, the reason I like that is that, what if I need to repair... I'm fighting with Simplify 3D to get it to work on both PCs. I don't have this PC registered, so I've been playing with Prusa. Plus, you don't have Simplify 3D, meaning you, the general public, and I can't expect you to buy Simplify 3D in order to print this, so I'm making sure these files work in Prusa Slicer. Prusa Slicer is orders of magnitude superior to Cura. I don't even mess with Cura. Cura sucks. Let me close out some of these windows. Okay. Now, here's the problem. What if I need to repair that block? What if that block right there is damaged? With my current design, using the slip joints, using these little joints right here to join these parts together, with this design, no, it won't. Yes, it will. Instead of this block joining this block with a peg that inserts, what? What's that? What's going on? This looks fine. Why is this not... Am I not streaming? Are you guys seeing me okay? It's giving me a weird error. Okay. That's weird. Okay, I'll ignore it. If I use a peg, what that does is stops this wall segment from shifting out from that wall segment. Well, the problem with a peg is the only way to remove this piece with a peg is to lift. While this will allow me to slide sideways. Now you're thinking, okay, why is that important? Well, the reason that's important is because of this. What if I need to repair that block right there? If I need to repair that block right there, the only way I could do it is to disassemble. I'd have to remove the roof from the building and then disassemble all these blocks vertically until I get to this block here that I can then pull out. By using slides like this, I can actually take this entire segment like this and slide it out sideways. And now I can repair this one piece here and then slide those segments back in place again with this repaired piece. Using my slider method that I have here, it would allow me to do that, which is why I like it. But using my slider method also means, well, yeah, I would be pinning the corners because I'd have a slot right here. And I would still be able to so this piece here would also have a slot here to slide into, which will allow me to pin the corners together. That would make the corners difficult to repair. Oh, the fun of trying to make a modular block. Fun, fun, fun. Now there is a way I could keep the 5-inch block. No, because the corner's always exposed, see? See, these corners will slide out this direction. See? Now you can't get this one out. You'd have to get that one from this side. You'd have to slide these 4 out to get that one out. However, if I pin the corners, that won't work as well. Why would you do that? Why would you turn off? I could push the pin. So, for example, I can't push this all the way in because it's a little tight. But let's say you have this pin in here, okay? I could push this pin from above until it gets into the next block. No, because the block's rotated 90 degrees. That won't work. Interesting. So the easier solution might be to have short pegs that will go into here, and the peg would bottom out. There'd be a bottom like right about here, and the peg would just sit up here like this, and then your next block would link into that peg. The advantage of that is you could put a yard jack on the wall segment and lift up the entire wall. You'd only have to lift it that far to clear the pegs. Well, twice that far, because you have to clear the pegs in the bottom piece too, to allow you to pull that one block out. At that point, you could just print the pegs into the part. You don't need the separate links anymore. I'm making a 300 by 300, so I have an extra 100 millimeters of print volume. Your typical CR10 style printer is a 334. So I could just have the peg built in. The peg would just be part of the print. It would reduce the part count. I wouldn't need all these. As much as I like this design I came up with. Oh man, I don't know. Am I overcomplicating it? Is there a simpler way to do it? I definitely like this for adding attachments, for putting shelves on the interior. I definitely like it for that. But I could also have custom shelf blocks, meaning blocks specifically made for putting shelves in. Oh, man. You gotta think about that. I think what I might need to do is print a couple and see how they go together, see how they work together. I really like the idea of making it modular. Pegs would also eliminate the need to have custom corners. Would totally eliminate that altogether. It would also eliminate the need to print short pieces. It would eliminate this. It would eliminate any need to print these shorter pieces here. See how you have the full-size piece here? It's amazing how hard. How is it this hard? I have the full-size piece and I have the short piece, which allows me to have this stagger. So every, like this row, oh, for Christ's sake, why is this so hard? This row is all full-size pieces, while this row will have two caps on each end to allow them to stagger. Jesus Christ. Come on. Please stop fucking with me. The pegs and doing a 6-inch wide block. It would eliminate the need for those offset pieces altogether, since you would have a perfect offset this way. Your offset would just go around the corner. Right now, this way, I would need a custom piece to shift the offset. But if I made this 2-to-1 using pegs instead of slides, then I would completely eliminate the need for a different block. All the blocks would be the same. And because the blocks would be the same, by using a peg instead of a built-in peg, I could put one of these in the middle of the face. And by putting one of those in the middle of the face, you just make sure that that piece is on the inside of your shed and the smooth face is on the outside of your shed. And because of them being symmetrical, if you went around a corner, you can flip the part if you need to make sure everything stays where you need it to. By doing that, I can then use these for making shelf installing shelf segments. Huh. Yeah, I think I'm going to redesign and go with the peg instead of the I could also sequentially print a lot of pegs very easily. I could also vase mode print the pegs using a double wall. That would make the pegs print a whole lot faster and cleaner, so I'd have a more consistent insertion. Yeah, I think I need to do that. I think I need to go with printable pegs, and then slot rails for this. Now the wall is going to be thicker, but I'm going to be getting rid of all these. So that should get me back down below 1 kilogram. Yeah. As cool as this is, I think I'm better off with the pegs. This won't be as secure because now, there's nothing to keep. There's nothing to keep this part from lifting. The advantage of this is the part can't lift. That's one of the reasons I liked it. But I really do like that. I like that, how it integrates the structure all together. Damn it, I like that a lot. I don't know. For me, it's not so much the probability; it's the spirit of the challenge. The challenge is to make it modular. If you can't replace a block, it's not modular. You know what I mean? I mean, you can't rightly call it modular if you can't take it apart. The trick is figuring out the right way to do it. Well, if you cut the block out, how would you install a new one? Now, the advantage of pegs is that if I design the roof properly, I can move the roof. So, for example, you got the roof sitting on top of the shed. Well, I can remove the front shingle or the rear shingle, and that would give me access to those two walls, and I can simply lift up pieces until I get to the part that I need to replace, just like I showed you on the diagram. Now, to get to the side walls, you'd have to shimmy the whole roof left or right to expose that wall. And then you could lift the parts out and replace them as necessary. Then it's not modular. You're talking about one-way snap lock. You can modularly assemble it, but that's it. It's not modular anymore. It's monolithic after that. That defeats the point. I'm violating my rules. As long as I design the roof so that the roof can be moved, then it works. Here, I'll show you. Why? So, right now the problem is if I have a roof on here, come on. So here's a roof. So I have a roof on top of this thing. Okay? The roof is the cause of the problem. But if I can move the roof like this, well, there you go. I've now exposed the wall, and I want to replace this broken piece here. So I move the roof out of the way, and now I just lift. Oops. That's not what I wanted. Now I just lift these pieces out of the way until I get to my part. I can just lift those pieces out of the way, and now I can access this piece and replace it. I don't even have to lift them all. I can do. I would only have to lift these pieces here and just lift them all up. This whole set of 5 could lift right up, and give me access to the needed replacement piece. And the same thing works on the side, as long as I design this roof so I can disconnect the hurricane straps and then slide the roof off the edge like this. Now the same thing applies. I can access all these pieces. The only tricky part would be corners, because to access a corner, I would have to fully expose this piece here. So the roof would have to slide all the way down to here. The roof would have to move 18 inches. Because in order to get this piece out, I need to get this piece. You son of a bitch. I would need to get this piece and this piece out in order to access this piece. Which is totally doable. That would require the roof to be a little more well built than I was intending. But that's doable. So as long as the roof is not permanently attached, as long as the roof is capable of sliding and getting out of your way, this would work. Okay, that would work. So, removable pegs. No pegs from side to side. The pegs would just be vertical. Okay. We can work with that. That should also simplify the part, which should reduce the plastic usage, which should allow me to make it 6 inches thick without the penalty. I like it 5 inches thick. This thickness just seems right. I mean, I like this. This feels right. But I don't think there's any way for me to make a simple universal peg system that will work for corners. The only way the pegs work in corners is in 2-to-1 ratio. It has to be actually 2-to-1. 1/2 of 1. So I have to make this 6 inches thick. The only problem is that's a tight fit on a 300 by 300 bed if you want to print 2. That's a real tight fit. Oh, I got another Google reward. What do I have? You can go away. New survey. Which of the following places have you visited recently? See, it has Smith's on here, but I didn't go there. So I'm going to tell it I did anyway. Smith's. I don't remember when that was. When was my McDonald's receipt? Last McDonald's receipt was this one. That was on the 14th. Which was yesterday. Tuesday the 14th. Hey, got me 25 cents. So that worked out well. Thank you for that tip. I don't know who gave me that tip, but one of you guys gave me that tip. So yeah, that'll work. It's not as cool as this. This is just fucking cool. Being able to do this. That's just cool. But I'll take functional if it means less cool. So I'm okay with that. Okay, so that does simplify a lot of things. I don't need any holes here. I don't need any holes here. I don't need any holes here or here. The only thing I'll need is my slot for my my tool insertion. I'll have to see what that does to structural integrity, probably not much. Okay. I like it. Let's do it. Hi, baby. How you doing? Yeah. Mm-hmm. You good boy. Yes, you are. You're such a good boy. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Come here. Come here. My victims want to see you. Yeah, my victims want to see you. Yeah. He's a good boy. Yes, he is. He's such a good boy. Yeah, go ahead. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Let's do that. Let's see here. I still have that copied, so I should just be able to bring it into a new workspace. Yes, there it is. Okay. No more horizontals, so those aren't needed. Blow you apart again. I need to keep those. So those need to stay. This is going to be, it's going to go to 148. Calculator. I guess you guys should see this. Let's see. 148 minus 125 means I'm moving 23. Okay. Let's hide you. Let's select you and join you. No. Oh, these are joined. We don't want them joined. We want these joined. We want those to be one. We want these to be one. So we take this one and move it. That's not what I wanted to do. That is so not what I wanted to do. And of course I can't see it. Stupid asshole. 123. No, that's wrong. It's 23, isn't it? Come on. 148 minus 125 is 23. So take this and move it this way. 23. Make it visible. Okay, let's start breaking this down. We don't need you anymore. We probably have another one down here. Yep. Don't need you anymore. We're just going to delete you all. I'm going to keep you because I do need you for making my slider. So we're going to keep you as a tool. Get rid of you. Make you 148. Okay, why did that not work? Why didn't that work? That should have worked. Minus 23 because I screwed something up. Son of a bitch. Okay, I have to delete that. We're going to have to duplicate this, Control D, merge this, rotate it 180, There we go. Now we unmerge. Now we're in the right spot. Now we take this, move it 23 this way, change this to 148. And that puts it in the right spot. Now these are incorrect. This is going to have to be split apart again. Take you apart, take you apart, because this needs to be 296. 296 and 296. Okay, so that means this and this need to be shifted this way, -4, and these two need to be shifted down, -4. There. Hide this again, join these together again, bring them back, join them all together. There is my bevel edge block. That looks good. I don't see any screw ups. We already know that print's okay because it printed beautifully. Okay. This is going to rotate 90 degrees. This is going to insert into the block up to here. Let's center them. Okay, we probably don't need that to be that far in. I think that would probably be more than enough. The little bevel I'm adding onto here is just to stop ringing. I just want to kill that ringing that you can sometimes get. Okay. We can join that. There is our inside edge for tools. For inserting anything we want, really. Okay. Okay, now we need the pegs. So we are 148, which means 74 millimeters. So how big do I want to make it? About 35 by 35. I think that'll work. That should be a big enough peg to be strong enough. Now, how do we get that exactly where we need it to be? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make this 36, since I can divide that in half. That'd be 18 and 18. I think 2 inches of overlap should be enough. It's probably more than enough. Let's do 75. Let's do 80 with a 40 millimeter drop. Minus 40 millimeters. Okay. Now what I really need to do is to make this well, centering it this way is easy. Just do this. What is the chance that that was exactly centered? And then we take it and move it this way. Now, we need to move the center of that 74 millimeters in. We're already 18 millimeters in. So we take 74 minus 18, 56. So we need to shift this 56 minus 56, and that should be exactly centered. And Control D. We align with this edge and shift 56 this way. There. Okay. Let's make that 40 and 40. Join those together, Control D, shift it down to 0, and I should be able to join this all together. Okay, there we go. Got the 2 pegs on the bottom, 2 pegs on the top. We have our universal insert. Okay. And nothing is an overhang. We have no overhangs. Now, there is something I might want to do here, although I don't think I need to. I could bevel this a little bit, but I don't think I need to. These are all going to be round holes. Worst case scenario, I can chamfer them. Hi, baby. The tops will always print clean. The bottoms are what needs the chamfers. Let's do this. Son of a bitch. Let's see. Let's hide you. Let's see. Max the sides. Height looks okay. 35. Base radius 18. So base radius of 20. Okay. Oh, these have got to be separated. Align on this. Control D. Aligned with this. Change you to a hole. Okay. Join. There really is no reason not to put the chamfer on these as well. Let's make those solid. Control D. Join with you. Freeze you. Put you up here. Okay. And delete you. Bring you back. That should do it. Nice little chamfer. That will guarantee they'll go together nice and smoothly without fighting me too much. Yeah. Is the angle too steep? Nope, that angle looks pretty good to me. Okay. Let's see how big that is. And we are 296, 296, 148. So we are 2 to 1. And we have those exactly centered. Export. STL. Okay. Let's see what happens. Not what I want. Rotate. Okay. Actually, I want that exposed. I can't undo that? So undo doesn't affect rotation commands. Interesting. And it resets to 0. That's annoying. This should be locked. Okay, let's see what happens when I slice it. Fingers crossed, be less than a kilogram. Oh, it's just a hair over. Just a hair. Is there anything I can do about that? We do have the infill right there to block it. That's good. I don't like the way these are overlapping. That's a bad overlap. I don't like that. Do I have to go up or down? Let's go down to, oh wow, let's go 4%. That is better, but that's heavy. That's 1.1 kilograms. I don't like being heavy. My gut tells me going lighter is not going to help, though. 2.5%. Oh, that looks pretty good. And 927 kilograms. Grams. Oh, and that puts the cross right in the middle, too. Nice. That's pretty good. Not a huge fan of that, but I don't think there's anything I can do about it. That looks pretty sturdy, though. I think that's what we're going to go with. Save project as. We're going to call this Build Block 2. V2. Okay. And we are looking at 22 hours. 22 hours? Why is that taking so long to print? Let's go 80 millimeters on the infill anchor. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Probably go even higher. Yep, 951, we're still okay. That means it didn't change anything. Okay, why? We're at 0.8 millimeter nozzle. We're at 0.6 millimeter layer height. We're at 2 perimeters. Let's stick with 25 millimeters per second. Oh, it looks like it defaulted to 2%. Looks like you can't use fractional percentages. .100 millimeters. Okay, that's too big. Let's do 60. Still too big. Let's do 40. $9.91. There we go. And that anchor is actually too big. So let's drop that down to 30. Actually, 25 would be plenty. That's better. Okay. Am I missing any posts? Nope, nobody's posting. Okay. Okay, you guys see any problems? Now I do see oh, these are centered now. So I could fix that by making it a cone, because that's not going to print correctly. Yeah, let's fix that. Hide you. So what I need is a cone on top of you with a radius of 18. Maximum sides. And let's do a top radius of 2 millimeters. Okay. That should take care of that. Control D. Okay. That will take care of that. We'll make you a solid again. We'll duplicate you. 180. And lock in top. Delete. Not what I wanted to do. You had the purple selected, you lying piece of shit. There we go. Okay. And join. Let's delete that. Build block V2. Okay. Now let's do something else too over in here. I'll just do it in the thing. Nope. There we go. I want to make sure the cooling fan is on that. Alright, let's see what that does. 982 grams. That works. And now these peg holes will be very well supported. Okay. I am okay with that. That actually looks fantastic. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Looks good. File. Save project as. Build block V2. Yes. Export G-code. Oh, there is something I gotta change. Where is... Extrude 1. Where is the standby temperature? Where is my temperatures? Where the hell are temperatures for this stupid thing? There it is. And there's that, but where is the standby? It's got this stupid standby function that Prusa has. I don't see it. Idle temperature. Not idle. Set target temperature. Where the hell is set target temperature? Right now it's set for 250. And I don't want that. It's so annoying sometimes. Come on. Why isn't it with the other temperatures? Why would you put it somewhere else? Oh, 0.6. That's wrong too. It's got all these stupid dependencies and crap. Filament. Oh, why is it so hard? We'll just have to go with it. Now, why is this taking so long to print, too? This did not take me 23 hours to print the last one. The last one printed like 16. It's the same amount of filament. So why 23 hours? It's annoying. I also hate that it adds all this crap to the file name. It's like, why? Why do you got to add all that bullshit? I don't need to see all that bullshit. Okay. All right. There you go. We just created Build Block V2. So now I'll print that out. So these will be used for installing like shelves and stuff like that on the inside. Although I wonder... I do want a way to put shelves in without using adhesives. And that lets me do that. So we're going to do that. Alright, that's it. It's 2 o'clock. I'm going to go outside, get a roll of filament, and get that. I think I can make the heater stable enough, or I might just pull out the IDEX and start using that. I got the IDEX right behind it. This way I can print two at the same time. Move the Mingda, shift the IDEX up front here. Although I don't think that table's big enough to hold the Chiron and the IDEX. So I might have to do some shuffling, but I want to get an IDEX going so that I can print two at the same time. Alright, that's it. I will see you guys later. You guys have a great day.